In 1948, a group of 7 ex-servicemen attempted to appropriate land at Knoydart in Scotland. They invoked the Land Settlement Act, which permitted returning servicemen to take over land that was underused and farm it as their own. Their claim was to be the last land raid in Scotland, and the name given to them by the press was the 7 Men of Knoydart. The Knoydart Peninsula was originally home to around 1,000 people who survived through crofting and fishing. However, depopulation of the area began in 1853 when Josephine MacDonnell evicted around 330 people to make way for sheep. This pattern continued as successive landowners ran the property as a hunting and shooting estate. In 1948, Knoydart was owned by Lord Brocket, who was known for his fascist activities before and during World War II. The 7 Men of Knoydart's actions followed a pattern set by the Highland Land League some 70 years before and were inspired by similar land raids at the end of the Great War. The 7 men marked out 65 acres of arable land and 10,000 acres of hill land upon which to settle. They had public opinion on their side, but Lord Brocket succeeded in obtaining a court order to remove them. The raiders' case was heard and rejected by a court of inquiry called by the government early in 1949. An appeal by the men to the Secretary of State for Scotland also failed. A cairn commemorating the land raid was erected at Inverie in 1991, by the Knoydart Land Raid Commemoration Committee. The plaque on the cairn reads, "For over a century Highlanders had been forced to use land raids to gain a foothold where their forebears lived. Their struggle should inspire each new generation of Scots to gain such rights by just laws. History will judge harshly the oppressive laws that have led to the virtual extinction of a unique culture from this beautiful place." The legacy of the 7 Men of Knoydart is that it helped bring an end to the reign of absentee landlords in Knoydart. In 1984, the estate was acquired by Philip Rhodes, a Surrey property dealer, who began selling off sections of the land. The last 17,000 acres were bought by the jute manufacturing company Titiger, and when the company went into receivership, the land was acquired by the Knoydart Foundation in a community buyout. The 7 Men of Knoydart were a group of men who stood up for their rights to the land they believed they deserved. Their actions helped highlight the issue of land ownership and sparked a movement that led to the end of absentee landlords in Knoydart. Their legacy is one of courage, determination, and the belief that people should have the right to live and work on the land they call home.